All right, what's up, YouTube? This is Colin from Colin Does Stuff, and I'm making a video about my bike and some reasons why I love single-speed bikes. The first reason why I think single-speed bikes are great is that they tend to look really beautiful. So just the lines that you get from a nice single-speed bike, there's no, you don't have a derailleur back there, obviously, and I just think they tend to look very clean, which is well known, and especially when you build one up like this. I'm very, very partial to my bike. I just think they look awesome, and that's really important for me. It's kind of like, a form of self-expression or art maybe, but it's also something super functional that I get to ride, and that brings me joy. That's the first reason. The second reason, and these are in no particular order, is the simplicity and cost. So there's kind of some caveats to this, but basically a single speed bike has fewer moving parts than a traditional geared bike with a derailleur. So the initial setup could be more expensive. For me, I was working with this Surly Straggler frame, and it has the ability to take a derailleur or to be set up single speed. The reason it can be set up single speed is because hopefully I'll have some nice B-roll insert shots close up of these dropouts. It has these horizontal sliding rear dropouts, and they allow you to tension your chain, which means to pull it back tight enough and run a single speed, or I guess even a fixed gear. All that might be kind of crazy. And when you run a single speed, I just have one chain on here, chainring up front, a rear cog, and basically I don't have to pay for a derailleur. I don't have to pay for a cassette. Those things can be expensive, especially if you're running like 10 speed or something like that. So that's nice. I do have to replace my chain somewhat frequently, but I think that's because I ride a lot. I use this as a commuter. I'm running like a SRAM 8 speed chain on here, I think. A $20 chain, which is pretty good. Every 2,000 kilometers or under that really is what I get in my experience. But yeah, way cheaper in terms of maintenance. Cassettes are expensive when you get into the higher gears. So love that about a single speed. Yeah, can be cheaper depending on your setup. There are single speeds that are, very fancy, like belt drive single speeds are initially far more expensive. However, in the long run, they're so cheap because you don't have to replace belts nearly as often as you have to replace your regular old metal chain. But belt drive requires a specific type of frame that has either a separation somewhere in the rear end or an elevated chainstay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that was reason number 2. The cost generally lower, which is awesome. Reason number 3 is maybe the most important one of all. Reason number 3 is that they're really fun to ride, and you just feel like you're riding a bike, and that's it. So those of you that have ridden lots of single speeds, or maybe you even grew up riding a single speed and it was just like second nature to you, but basically when you don't have to shift gears, or you don't have the option to shift gears, you just pedal. And sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy. You're going downhill and you're spinning out and you're like, dang, I wish I could go faster. Well, too bad, because when you go uphill, you're going to be happy to just have this nice, easy gear going up, depending on the grade. But it's really simple. It's really fun to just brake or not brake when you're riding. I don't have to worry about shifting. I think I really love it. And whenever I get on a geared bike, I'm like, oh, this is what it's like to change gears. And you have to do a little more thinking, I find, with a geared bike. Someone has told me that when you ride a single speed, yes, you only have one gear, but it is always the wrong gear. I do find that there are certain grades, when I'm going uphill, that I'm like, oh, this is perfect for me, and you just really feel it. Other times, it's a bit of a grind. Maybe you stand up. I think the look is simple. The maintenance, generally simple. There are some caveats to that, which I may go into. But yeah, those are my 3 reasons why I love riding a single speed and why I think you could consider one, and the reasons why I have my bike set up in this way this custom fashion. Okay, everybody, hopefully my face isn't too out of focus. A couple things I forgot to mention. So yeah, Surly Straggler from 2020, fall 2020, but I've removed most of the decals. So normally there'd be Surly, lettering here. They're just like black stick-on vinyl stickers or something pretty easy to remove. I mean, most bikes, the logos are under the clear coat. Surly just put stickers on, which is sweet. I was going for like this clean look of the bike without lots of interference, and I was able to remove them. That was great. Yeah, just a thing I forgot to mention. And now I'm going to film some more B-roll of the bike, close-ups with the 135 on the camera. So enjoy. Here's my bike. I'll get on it, ride off into the sunset, and maybe this will be the end of the video. We'll see. Okay, now I'm coming back into frame because we're not actually done. Cool, now I'm gonna go get the camera. Maybe I'll film myself getting the camera. No, I'm not going to do that.